The Royal Moroccan Football Federation is taking its case to the Court of Arbitration for Sports following sanctions dished out by the Confederation of African Football. The Moroccan Football Federation was fined a combined total of nearly $10 million for asking for the recently concluded Africa Cup of Nations tournament to be delayed because of the Ebola epidemic. Subsequently, they were banned from playing in the next two tournaments in 2017 and 2019. Here to tell us more on this story is Moroccan journalist Hassan Alaoui. Mr. Hassan, how confident are the FA of succeeding with the appeal?
Well, when you go to court, you are never sure what will be the outcome. The Moroccan FA lodged this appeal against the CAF sanctions, and definitely they will be waiting for the outcome. Hopefully, this arbitration court or tribunal in Lausanne in Switzerland will probably give right to the Moroccans, because they never said we don't want to organize this competition. We asked for it to be postponed, and we had a very serious reason for it to be postponed, which was the Ebola virus outbreak. Unfortunately, the African Confederation didn't agree with Morocco. They moved this competition to Equatorial Guinea. Everything went fine, and then the Moroccans were heavily fined financially, something like $9 million US, and at the same time they were banned for two editions in 2017 and 2019, which means that the Moroccans will not take part in this competition until 2021, which is really a pity for this generation of footballers who will be paying the price. And anyway, it's not the Moroccan FA that asked for this competition to be postponed. It was the Moroccan states. And if you can remember, it was on the advice of the Moroccan Health Ministry that this decision was taken back in November.
What is the mood like amongst football followers in the country, knowing their club and national teams can't play in international tournaments?
Well, most of the footballers are not happy with it. The Moroccan manager, Badou Zaki, is now virtually not working, because he can't spend all his life playing friendly matches for the next 4 years or so. And definitely the Moroccan football, there are so many Moroccan footballers in Morocco and abroad who will be redundant for the next 4 years if this decision is maintained, which is a pity. A lot of people said if CAF wanted to impose sanctions against Morocco, these sanctions should be financial, not on the ground, because the footballers have done absolutely nothing to suspend them and to ban them for taking part in the African competition. Of course, some people are very, very angry with CAF, and if you follow the mood of some websites and people, the average people, they said, well, why Morocco can't just leave the African Federation and probably try its luck with the European one or the Asian one. Of course, it's not feasible, but some people are not happy with the CAF taking the decision against Morocco.
Can you expand more on that point? Tell us more about the relationship between CAF and the Moroccan FA following that ban.
I know that the Moroccans are saying that we have no conflicts with CAF. Only yesterday, the spokesman for the Moroccan FA said to an international news agency that Morocco has absolutely no problem with CAF. He said, we think that this decision taken by CAF against us was very hard and harsh at the same time, and that's why we are going to this arbitration court. Hayatou used to have a very, very good relationship with Morocco. He was elected as CAF chairman in Morocco some years ago, and he was in Morocco only recently. I don't think there is anything personal between Hayatou and the Moroccan FA. Unfortunately, Morocco was heavily punished, and they are trying now to sort things out using the arbitration courts, and it's a pity that a good relationship between CAF and Morocco should go to courts now.
Mr. Hassan, are you aware of any other nations within CAF having sympathy with Morocco's plight?
Well, I don't know about Moroccan, about FA, other federations, but I know that a group of international footballers made a statement lately saying that CAF shouldn't ban footballers. If they have a problem, it should be with the Moroccan FA, but footballers should not pay the price.
Mr. Hassan Alaoui, thank you for speaking to Sports News Africa.